writers. Have you ever done an R&R? And if you haven't, I would love to share my experience so far with one. I have never heard anything about people's experiences with R&Rs. They all seem very different for revise and resubmits. But I got a full request around the start of the year. I was very excited about this, obviously. But it wasn't a full request at first. She asked, hey, like, where are you with this project? And I said, oh, like, I have a few partials, a few fulls out. Would you like to see it? And she was like, yeah, send me the full document. And I was like, oh my gosh, okay. So I sent it over and she read it within like a few weeks, which is crazy and exciting and like way faster than I expected. But she read the entire thing and emailed me back and she was like, hey, let's set up maybe an R&R call if you would be interested in that. I know you have like partials out. If you want to focus on those and let those like run their course, like that's totally fine. And I was like, no, we can absolutely hop on a call and just like discuss what you would want to see edited. And so we set that up. It was a 45-minute long call and it is not the agent offer. An R&R is to discuss things that this agent would like to see edited before they represent this book. If they are even interested and if they feel like they click with you as a person. So we had a 45-minute long call and she discussed the things that she liked about the book, the things that she thought needed improvement, like there were some repetitive plot points that kind of like stagnated the like forward motion of the like emotional stakes. She wanted it spicier, cozier, and shorter. So those are the things I am working on right now because after the call I was like, hey, so I typed up all of the things that you wanted to see and what should I turn in anything? Like what would you like next in a R&R? Like I had no idea what comes next, but she asked for an extended synopsis, which I didn't know what that was, so I looked it up. And an extended synopsis in this case is not your like 500 word, like 1-page document. It is like 5 to 10 pages, however long you need it to be. There is no word count anymore. You can just go through as many plot points as you need to lay out the changes. So what I did was I copied and pasted my original 500 word, very short, succinct synopsis. And then in green text, because red text is scary, in green text I added all of the places where we wanted to change something. So for example, this is a spoiler, so don't share this and forget it as soon as I say it, but Sadie gets out of the competition for the prince. She like loses really early. And when she breaks back in, she originally did it by herself. But since we want it to be more romantic, I am adding one of the love interests to kind of like help her break back in. And so like they're like walking, and so like the green text that I added was Sadie breaks back into the castle, and then the new part was with the help of, I'm not saying his name because you have to read it, of blank, who adds credibility as she is like breaking past the guards, kind of thing. So I did that for my entire synopsis, all of the changes that we would want, and I made a plot outline of chapter 1 to chapter 40, what happens in each chapter, which is a really common way of editing. So I already kind of had that of like what happens in chapter 1, but then in the table, like in the box next to that, I added what is going to be changed. So I now have a list of just like all of the changes that are going to happen in each chapter that I need to work on. So the extended synopsis, she was like, just turn it in like a month. Let me know if you need more time, less time. I don't know your work schedule, like what you're juggling right now, so whatever is fine. And I was like, this is my top priority. You don't understand. So I could not remember for the life of me if she said 1 month from now or the end of the month. So I just turned it in the end of the month. It was 2 weeks. And I like did some really like deep thinking about like the structure, like the bones of this story and what I could scrap and what I could add in to make it spicier, cozier, and shorter. So after I turned in the extended synopsis and after that call, she was like, yeah, you've got a great vision for like these edits, like go ahead. But you don't need to work on the entire like book for this R&R. Like, why don't we just do like 5 chapters, see how it goes? So what I'm working on right now is 5 chapters that have the most edits, the most significant changes to the story that are changing the structure. So I am 1.5 chapters through those 5, and I still have about a 1.5 months left, because I asked her, like, hey, I need structure, I need a due date, I need guidelines, like, when do you want this back? I have never done an R&R before, and I don't know like what the expected like publishing editing timeline would be. So I asked, like, okay, hold me to like editing standards. What would be editing standards for this amount of changes? And she was like, well, if we're doing all of these edits for the entire book, it would be 6 months. But since we're just gonna do 5 chapters, why don't you turn it in 2 months? So I still have a 1.5 months left, and I'm feeling pretty good. So that currently is my R&R experience thus far. Super excited. She seems like she really knows her stuff, and she seemed really excited about the story. So if it doesn't work out, that's okay. I'm like familiar with my story and the structure, and it was interesting to like change things and see how they impact other things. But I also really like the edits that she suggested. So even if she doesn't end up being my agent, I will still be proud of this book and these edits, and I think it'll make it more marketable, and then I'll keep querying. But in the meantime, a summary of all that is I sent the full. A few weeks later, she read it and requested a call, an R&R call, not the agent call. And then 2 weeks after that, I submitted an extended synopsis, and then she gave me 2 months to work on 5 chapters to see if we're still a good match, if those edits are everything she had hoped for and more. So I will keep everyone updated, but I am excited about this R&R, and especially because I had another partial request come in. So that was for the first 50 pages, so we'll see what happens with that. But overall, excited and balancing, you know, master's degree work and editing. So that is an R&R as far as I am concerned, and I would love to hear about anybody else's experiences.